All right, now, ooh, the stock market is looking good now. Woo! That wasn't the stock market, that was the funnies. Wait a minute, that's the funnies there. The stock market is over here. Now, where's it at? On page 91. I don't even know what page it is. Anyways, doesn't really matter. Hey guys, I want to thank you so much. Joe, I want to say thank you, Joe, for having me back on the program. I really appreciate that. Now, Joe, I was going to say, well, what you say the name of your channel is? What's the name? What's that? Oh, Cory's Comedy Channel? Who come up with that name? Okay, whatever you want. It's your show. But I'll tell you what, you know what, let me tell you something, Joe. I buy you books and all you do is eat the covers. You don't listen to me when I'm trying to help you with your marketing. What you do is you take the name of your channel and you put it on the screen up there at the top, maybe the right-hand corner there. You got that? Gee whiz. Buy your books, you buy your books. All you do is eat the covers now. I'm trying to help you out, Joe. So I do have a bone to pick with Joe. Guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to talk to Joe personally here just for a second. Joe, now, I got to tell you something. You know that there's nothing I wouldn't say to your face that I wouldn't say behind your back. You know that, right? You know. And you know how I feel about your nephew, right? You know, I don't really feel that he's that bright. He's kind of like a lava lamp. He's not that bright, but he's fun to watch because of all the stupid stuff that he does. See, you know, a lava lamp, it's got that little oil in it, and it doesn't put out much light, but it's kind of neat to look at it. And that's Joe's nephew, guys. For you guys that are out there listening, I think Joe's nephew done lost it. I think the cheese done slid off that boy's cracker, man. I mean, gee whiz, putting it lightly, I would have to say that he's about as dumb as a bag of hammers. Now, what is this, Joe? I hear that he's growing his sideburns behind his ears. Is that true? Gee, I tell you what, you and that family, I tell you, I just don't understand. I don't understand that, boy. Can't be in your right mind, but I'm going to tell you something, Joe. If ignorance goes to $40 a barrel, I want drilling rice to his head. That's right, because I got a mind to join a club and beat that boy over the head with it. But, Joe, I did talk to your better half the other night, and what's her name? Polly, right? What was her maiden name? What's that? Her maiden name was Esther, polyester? Really? I tell you, man, but I got to hit, you know, your nephew now, I'm sitting there talking to your better half, and she said that your nephew now, he's in prison for something he didn't do. Is that correct? He's in prison for something he didn't do. Like, what's that? Like, wipe the fingerprints off the gun? Something like that? I tell you know, I wouldn't piss in that boy's ear if his brain was on fire. I don't want to talk about that boy because it makes me mad. It makes me madder than a mosquito in a mannequin factory. I want to talk to these fine people on your show about the stock market now. Because the stock market is very volatile and you got to be educated. You got to be informed if you want to know about what the stock market is now. Okay? Because I don't know if you guys heard on the news, but the guy that invented the Altoids, he made a mint. That's kind of like me. I made a killing in the stock market. I shot my broker, if you know what I mean. But I was one of those guys that bought 7-Up when it was 6.5. That's right. And recently I started investing heavily in them penny stocks, and it just makes a lot of sense. That's what I think. But I really want to share something with your viewers because we always share something that's beneficial that they can use. And Joe, what I want you to do is I want you to put this up on the screen there for your audience there. And this is what I want you to say. I want you to put this on there. Here it is. One way to get ahead and to stay ahead is to use your head. I'll say that again. One way to get ahead and to stay ahead is to use your head. All right? Because you got to think about this now. This may not be a depression, but this is the worst boom that we've ever had. Last week, I lost so much money so fast in the stock market, my wallet's got skid marks on it. And I don't want you guys out there to make the same mistakes that I made, okay? One of the first ones, I'm going to give you a hot tip now, okay? You're going to get some hot tips here. I'm going to give you 1 or 2 hot tips. The last tip I'm going to give you is really going to be good. But I've been burned in the stock market picking up some hot tips, okay? Like one time I put some money down on the boxing gloves and I took a big hit. So, you know, you got to be careful with them hot tips. Now, remember, wise man once said, make sure that what you do is a product of your own conclusion. You can take advice, but don't take orders. You know, use your own head. Remember that. Get it. You want to get ahead and stay ahead, you got to use your head. All right. But so we want to talk about the stock market now, because remember I told you in the beginning that I was the guy that I bought 7-Up when it was 6.5. All right. Well, 7-Up right now is at 3.5. So would it be wise to maybe buy some 7-Up? Man, it might be, because if 7-Up is 3.5 right now, if it goes back up, you're going to be in good. If it goes down, it's going to be bad, but you never know. It's something, like I said, but the volatile market, you never know. But I'm going to tell you guys about some things that I think you might stay away from in the stocks, some things you might want to look at, and sometimes you just want to be careful with some of these things. Number one, I want to talk to you about are pencils. Pencils right now are down a few points, okay? They may be down a few points right now, but over the next couple of days, I foresee, I don't know, I just have a little premonition. A lot of times you got to go with the hunch, that kind of stuff. Pencils they're down a couple points right now, but they might come back up. Okay, keep an eye on those. Right now, also, you got the price of duck feathers has increased. So what does that mean? That means down is up. Okay, remember the down pillows? You get the pillows? A lot of people are staying home right now. So I think the duck feathers has increased because down is up. That you might want to take a look at. Now, I don't know if you read on the newspaper, I was just reading the paper here a minute ago, but the first bra company, first bra company just went bust. And that's not good, all right? So you got to know what you're getting into. You got to stay up with the news and make sure you know what's going on out there. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys about is the TP, okay? You got the toilet paper that just reached an all-new bottom now, okay? And I think it has a lot to do with that John Wayne toilet paper, because they took that off the market. That's the toilet paper, John Wayne toilet paper. It wouldn't take crap off nobody, so they didn't take it up at the market. Now, I don't know if you guys remember about say 6-7 months ago, they couldn't keep the TP on the shelves. And now I think that's what's happening with the TP is that everybody's so heavily stocked up on that, they're not buying it right now. So what happened to me is I bought a bunch of toilet paper stocks, and I did have to dump my TP stocks because it's down in the dumps, so I just had to dump that. I don't know if you guys are picking up what I'm throwing down. I'm coming to give you some good advice here in the stock market, but we got to look at this other thing now. I want to, elevators now. I don't know if you guys, if you're into construction or building, you might have, looking into some elevator stock. Elevator stocks are a very volatile market now. They can go up and they can go down real fast. Like one day it'd be up, and then the next day, boom, it's down so fast. The objective is when you're dealing with a volatile market like elevators, it's up and down. What you want to do is you want to buy when it's low, and then you sell when it's high. Okay, that's obvious. You don't want to buy high and then sell low. That don't make any sense. The objective is to buy low and sell high. That's what you want to do. Now, the sister company of that, which is, you see this in the same arena. You watch them close because they kind of run side by side. You got the escalators now, see. And I've been watching the escalator stocks, and they're really continuing their slow decline, okay? Really slow. It's so slow that you don't even really see it's happening. It just sneaks up on you. You got to be really careful. You got to really watch that, because as they slowly decline, sometimes they curve, sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. You really just really got to pay attention to them. Now, I know a lot of people that are interested in that marijuana now. I don't really recommend it, but marijuana, if you look at that in the market, that is marijuana you can buy high and you can sell high. So that's one, if that's your thing. I don't know if that's your thing, but marijuana lets you to buy high and sell high. Now, speaking of these things, what we're talking about now is, look at this. We also have if you watch the paper, you know helium right now is up. And I don't know if there's like a little scarcity involved, because you go to some of the party places, a lot of people ain't really selling. I don't know what's going on with helium. Gee whiz, I don't know if I'd touch that. Helium is up right now, and who knows what's going to happen with that. But also, remember I was telling you about the price of duck feathers has increased and down is up. But feathers now, if you just want to, you know, depends on the type of feather that you're looking at. Just regular feathers, oh, it could be down a little bit right now. Feathers are down, so watch out for that. Now, we got paper. You know, a lot of the kit, we got the schools and office supplies and that kind of stuff. Paper now, let's say if you go invest in that, paper, it remains stationary. So it's not really doing anything with the market, so it's really hard to predict what's going to happen with that. But you got another thing here, and I don't know if it's just because the baby boomers, they're having kids, but or they're not having kids. I don't know what's really going on. A lot of people are real confused right now, but diapers are unchanged for some reason. I mean, I've been watching them for the last several months, and I don't even see any change, so they've remained unchanged. And also now, because I don't know, this has to do with if it's political or if it's, you know, because of the election, we're in 2020 here, but mining equipment has just hit rock bottom. So I might, if I were you, might try to stay away from that. And I was just reading here in the paper right before we started this program, I don't know if you guys can believe this, but raisins now in the market. If you want to invest in that, raisins have dried up. It's totally just dried up. I don't know why that happened like that. Another thing you got is the weather's starting to change a little bit, and you got balloons, and the balloon prices are inflated right now. That's my opinion. You know, you wait till summertime, it might come down a little bit. So it's up to you. If you want to take a chance on the balloons, the prices are inflated right now, but that's entirely up to you. And listen, a lot of times too now, you know, what's going on in the world right now, because I think we're going to look at this, knives. And I don't know if it's just because people are staying home and they're doing a lot more cooking than they are at home now, but knives are up sharply. So that might be something you want to take a look at. Look at some knife stock, okay? But I said that I had a hot tip for you, and I'm going to give you a hot tip, and you can take it or leave it, whatever you want. Hot tip, here it is. Mark my word, because I know the market. I'm going to tell you right now, boomerangs, okay? Boomerangs are going to make a comeback. That, you can take that to the bank. Know that you heard it here on Cory's Comedy Channel, right? Is that what it is, Joe? Cory's Comedy Channel? All right. Boomerang is going to make a comeback, and you can take that to the bank. So guys, I want to tell you something here. Right there, coming up on the videos, you're going to see. We get, Joe had me on. We did my ex-wife, Why Won't Stop Calling Me. That's a hilarious program. Still one of my best programs that we did. We had the one that I did on negativity. That was a lot of fun doing that one there. And then the other one was the documentary that Joe shot, which was documenting my life. A lot of valuable information on that. And then this one that we just did. So guys, with all that, you make it a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next video.